Logical morning to all of you. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the session wherein we are going to focus on vocabulary. Yes, you heard me right. Every day we wake up and we realize कि vocabulary हमारी to the level क्यों नहीं हो पा रही है. We try to figure out ways. Here I am to make your life very easy and daily dose of vocabulary along with explained meaning and some fun ways by which you can remember them. The source is the Hindu newspaper, which I find to be a very good and abundant resource of vocabulary words. It is like simple to read, also with a bunch of vocabulary words along with idioms that come right in the context. So let us start with our next session of VIT and let's take a look at our first word, splintered. Well, splintered, I think it's not new to many of us, but those who don't know, let me tell you, splinter का मतलब होता है टुकड़े टुकड़े हो जाना, like to be broken into so many pieces, many fragments, many little pieces. That is splintered. Usage कैसे आता है वो हम बाद में डिस्कस करेंगे, but सबसे पहले हम साइड बाय साइड सिनोनिम एंटोनिम देखते हुए चलेंगे. Splinter, I said, broken or shattered into small sharp fragments like pieces, very sharp pieces, छोटे छोटे pieces, टुकड़े टुकड़े हो जाना, that is splintered. So synonyms would be broken and fractured. Antonyms क्या हो जाएगा? कोई चीज intact है, that is clear antonym. Let's see the usage. The window pane was splintered into countless pieces after the baseball hit it with great force. So yes, tukde tukde ho gayi into very small pieces. Another way by which you can look at the word splintered is when we say splintered injury, as in injury ke context mein. We say the glass piece splintered and that caused a deep injury. So iska matlab the glass piece embedded inside the skin. So splinter को injury के context में भी ऐसे use किया जाता है. Let's take a look at word number 2, which is contravention. Contravention का सीधा सच्चा meaning easily that you can remember is उल्लंघन. नियमों का उल्लंघन. That is violation of law, going against, breaking them, and another very simple word is infringement, जो सबने सुना होगा. Infringement is doing what is forbidden, violating the laws. That is infringement. Another word, breach. So उल्टा क्या हो जाएगा जब आप उनको फॉलो करते हैं, मतलब compliance, adherence, adhering to the rules is following them, following the rules. Let's take a look at the usage. The company's dumping of hazardous waste into the river was in contravention of environmental regulations. Of course, there are going to be consequences now because you were not allowed to dump the waste into the river. So, this is a contravention. You're violating the law. And whenever you violate the law, there are consequences leading to severe penalties and legal consequences. So, contravention, going against the law, violating it, infringement. वर्ड नंबर 3 इज ब्लीकनेस. जब जब हम वर्ड ब्लीकनेस देखते हैं, ब्लीकनेस इज एसोसिएटेड विद सैडनेस, एसोसिएटेड विद बीइंग नॉट हैप्पी, with being not cheerful. So, lacking in hope or cheerfulness. All in all, about dull ho, you're very gloomy, you're lacking cheerfulness, not at all happy. ये तो हो गया emotion के context में. Let's take a look at the synonyms. If I am saying gloominess, I'm also associating it with dreariness, sadness, desolation, and the opposite would be happiness, cheerfulness, optimism, energy, brightness, right? Example देख लेते हैं sentence. The abandoned house stood in stark bleakness. Stark bleakness with broken windows and overgrown weeds, reflecting the desolation of its surroundings. So obviously एक vibe आ रही थी sadness वाली. So bleakness. Literary fiction का example है stark bleakness. Bleakness is associated with gloominess here. Abandoned house हो गया, overgrown weeds, एकदम haunted feeling दे रहा है. So gloominess. Word number 4 is capacious. Capacious means capacity in space. कहीं जहाँ बहुत सारी जगह हो, बहुत spacious हो, that is capacious. For example, a capacious handbag, which means अंदर बहुत सारी जगह है. So a space or container that is able to hold or accommodate a significant amount. बहुत सारी जगह होना. So that is capacious. Synonyms क्या हो जाएंगे? Roomy, बहुत सारा room, space होना. Like we say, no, there is no room for me here. मतलब ये मतलब नहीं है कि मेरे लिए कमरा नहीं है. It simply means there is no space. It's ultimately crowded. So I cannot find any room, any space. So roomy मतलब spacious. Antonyms would be जगह नहीं है, narrow, compact. Let's see the usage. The house had a capacious living room, very grand, very open, very spacious living room with high ceilings and large windows, providing a sense of openness. Last of the day is abatement. Abatement का मतलब होता है act of encouraging, aiding or assisting someone in committing a crime or wrongdoing. Now, how do we remember this term abatement? There's a very simple way to remember this word instead of going to the actual meaning. Abatement का मतलब होता है assistance, as the synonym says, to support, to provide encouragement. Now, how? Let me tell you. In example, I've only written guilty of abatement. Let's discuss how. For example, there's a criminal who has a gun in his hand. उसने shoot किया किसी को. So that's a crime committed by the criminal. Okay. Now, let's say the gun was given to him by someone else. Someone else assisted the crime. उसने अपनी gun लाके दी उसको. So that would mean guilty of abatement. You are assisting someone, encouraging someone in committing a crime. So that is abatement. Okay? Antonyms would be oppose करना, favor नहीं करना. Synonym हो जाएगा assist करना, encourage करना, support करना. And opposition दिखाना मतलब antonym. So guilty of abatement. You are guilty of abatement. Why? Because you have so and so person has supported, encouraged the crime here. Okay, so guilty of abatement. Let's take a quick recap. Jaldi jaldi say one is splintered, tukde tukde broken into pieces. And contravention, violating the law, infringement, my friends, breaking the law. ब्लीकनेस सैडनेस ग्लूमीनेस अब ब्लीकनेस को आप और कैसे यूज कर सकते हो फॉर एग्जाम्पल देर इज अ पर्सन इज ट्राइंग टू गेट अ जॉब एंड बहुत टाइम हो गया है बट कोई जॉब ही नहीं मिल रही है अच्छी सो व्हाट ही कैन से इज ब्लीकनेस ऑफ प्रोस्पेक्ट्स मतलब प्रोस्पेक्ट्स डल हैं दे आर नॉट सो चियरी इन दैट सेंस Number four, capacious, capacity and space, very spacious. And last is abatement, guilty of abatement. मतलब याद रखना, gun पकड़ाने वाला. Okay, hope you enjoyed this video. Keep watching this video again and again so that you can retain the words. That is all for today. We'll be back with another VIT. Till then, keep learning. This is me, Palak Rajani from Vidhigya. Stay logical.